Although almost everyone dreams of achieving wealth, unfortunately, many only wish for it without ever turning this aspiration into reality. One of the main pillars of becoming wealthy is learning how to handle money effectively, making smart financial choices and investing in strategies that promote wealth growth over time. When looking for role models, it's wise to choose those who have already achieved success in this area. In this video, we'll explore 5 practices that wealthy people use to grow their fortunes. Practices that lower-income people often ignore. The first of these practices is constant monitoring of your finances. If you ask most people how much they spent last month on entertainment and everyday expenses, many won't be able to answer accurately. Similarly, if asked about their savings, they will probably offer a vague or uncertain answer. This lack of financial awareness is not surprising, especially considering that 61% of American adults do not use any kind of budget. In contrast, the wealthy deeply understand the importance of a well-structured budget and rigorous expense tracking to achieve financial success. Wealthy individuals generally follow a 2-step approach to managing their finances. First, they make a detailed estimate of their expected income for the coming month, including salaries, business profits, and potential investment gains. This total serves as the basis for applying the 50-30-20 budgeting method. This method consists of distributing income as follows. 50% is allocated to essential expenses, such as rent, utilities, and food. 30% is set aside for leisure spending, such as dining out and entertainment. And the remaining 20% is allocated directly to savings or investments. After establishing this budget structure, financially successful people diligently monitor their spending. Many millionaires connect their credit cards to financial management apps such as Mint, which automatically categorize spending within the established budget. Others prefer more traditional methods, such as recording their purchases in their cell phone's Notes app and manually tallying up the totals at the end of the month. Regardless of the method used, the wealthy always track their financial transactions because they know that without measurement, effective management is impossible. Even if you believe that controlling expenses so meticulously is less relevant without a substantial income, it is essential to recognize that creating healthy financial habits from the outset brings lasting benefits. The second practice is financial discipline. When asked what it takes to get rich, millionaires invariably mention the importance of discipline. This is because discipline is essential at every stage of the road to success. For example, if your goal is to get a well-paid job, you must cultivate the discipline needed to acquire the required skills and qualifications. Pursuing a quality education is a commitment that requires years of hard study and rigorous preparation. Similarly, if your path to wealth involves building a business, it is essential to dedicate yourself fully to your company, even when your colleagues are enjoying leisure time and social gatherings. As you begin to accumulate more financial resources, discipline becomes even more crucial. It is important to understand that your level of income alone does not determine your wealth. The real deciding factor is your ability to save and invest consistently. Saving requires discipline, like the decision to keep driving a 10-year-old car instead of giving in to the temptation to buy a new luxury sports car. By reading influential books on finance or listening to the experiences of successful entrepreneurs, you will realize that saving is an essential part of building lasting wealth. According to a recent study by Go Banking Rates, 57% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings accounts, and 39% have no savings at all. This highlights how financial discipline is both a valuable and rare skill. Although it's challenging to save money, there are strategies that can make the process easier. One effective approach is to set up automatic deductions from your savings account. This method ensures that some of your money is set aside before you have a chance to spend it, promoting a consistent savings practice. Another way to boost your savings is by increasing your income. Your ability to save is directly linked to how much you earn. While reducing expenses is a prudent starting point and offers quick results, there is a limit to how much you can cut from your monthly costs. Necessities such as housing, food, and transportation will always be present, limiting how much you can save just by cutting expenses. To expand your savings beyond these limits, it's essential to focus on increasing your earnings. Finding opportunities to increase your income, whether through side jobs such as freelancing or developing new skills, opens up new avenues for financial growth. This is comparable to adding fuel to your car's engine. Just as a vehicle can only go so far with a limited amount of fuel, your savings can only grow so far if your income remains stagnant. When you balance reducing unnecessary expenses with increasing your earnings, you create a powerful synergy that accelerates your journey towards building wealth. The third practice is to live below your means. Many people imagine that millionaires spend large sums on designer clothes and luxury cars. However, the reality is that many millionaires are cautious spenders who maintain a lifestyle appropriate to their income. Part of their ability to accumulate substantial wealth is due to avoid the pitfalls of rising living standards, which often trap those who lack the same financial discipline. When your income rises, it's natural that your spending tends to rise too. For example, a modest sedan may perfectly meet your needs when your annual income is $50,000. However, if your earnings double, you may feel the temptation to upgrade to a luxury vehicle. This phenomenon, where spending increases in proportion to income growth, is often explained by Parkinson's law. This law suggests that just as work expands to fill the time available to complete it, spending also expands to consume all disposable income. In financial terms, this means that spending generally adjusts to match the amount you have at your disposal, not just the money in your bank account, but also credit and other accessible resources. This is why many people end up in serious financial trouble by using up all their credit and spending more than they can actually afford. This behavior is often the result of a lack of financial control, which is not surprising considering that formal education rarely teaches practical skills such as budgeting or managing money effectively on a daily basis. If you don't receive guidance from family or friends who understand the importance of managing money well, you could face significant challenges in managing your finances as you get older. The practice of living below your means becomes even more important for entrepreneurs and business owners. Businesses often go through cycles of prosperity, marked by substantial revenues, followed by challenging periods characterized by a drop in revenues. If you allow your spending to significantly exceed your means during boom times, you will be ill-prepared to weather the storms of economic crises that can arise. This kind of financial strain could potentially bankrupt your business. The fourth practice is to put your money to work. Life can be compared to a game of Monopoly, where those who own the best properties end up with the most money in the end. Not only do these investments generate a steady income as the game progresses, but they can also be liquidated for a substantial sum at the end. However, to make these investments profitable, you need capital, which is why rich people always put their money into investments. Unfortunately, when most people receive their money, they tend to spend it immediately, or at best, put it in a savings account. Although saving money is better than spending it on trivial purchases, this approach is insufficient for growing wealth. On average, a regular savings account offers a paltry return of 0.09% per year, which means that with $50,000 saved, you would only earn around $45 in interest. This is why the rich prioritize investing their savings. Starting your investment journey as soon as possible offers great benefits. Warren Buffett, one of the world's most respected and successful investors, bought his first shares at the age of 11. Today, he is recognized as one of the richest individuals on the planet. But what many people don't know is that it's not just multimillionaires who build their fortunes over time. On average, millionaires allocate 20% of their annual income to investments, which makes investing an essential part of their wealth accumulation strategy. Contrary to what you might think, the investment choices of these millionaires are not so different from the options available to ordinary investors. They often invest in traditional instruments, such as Roth IRAs and 401ks. However, millionaires also diversify their portfolios by including additional avenues, such as real estate investments and personal development ventures, thus ensuring multiple sources of wealth growth. One of the best-kept secrets of wealthy individuals is that they never touch the principal of their investments. This is the point that really distinguishes them from those with smaller fortunes. While some millionaires allow themselves lavish indulgences, their wealth remains intact because they avoid spending the initial capital that generates their income. In financial terms, the principal refers to the original sum of money invested in an asset. For example, if you bought 10 shares for $100,000 that generate an annual dividend of $20 per share, the initial $100,000 represents the principal, while the dividends represent the income generated. Essentially, the rich refrain from using the principal for expenses, thus preserving their wealth in the long term. Unfortunately, most people depend entirely on the money they receive from working. And when your income comes exclusively from work, any spending directly reduces your wealth. Money that is not invested does not grow to the point of generating a surplus that can be used without affecting capital. To cultivate a passive income, it is essential to consider various investment options. Among the most effective methods are stock dividends, investment properties, and real estate investment trusts, REITs. Investment properties involve the purchase of real estate using an initial principal payment and generating cash flow through rental income. Shares are attractive because they pay regular dividends without affecting the company's market value. REITs, on the other hand, are companies that own and manage income-producing real estate, functioning as mutual funds for real estate investments. Owning shares in a REIT gives you the right to a share of the profits generated by real estate investments without the hassle of managing properties, dealing with tenants, or collecting rent. That concludes today's video. I hope you found the information valuable and useful. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments section below. And finally, remember to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you